the 25th of July, 2012. This is Capital FM Online TV News. In the headlines, AG to appeal Mombasa High Court ruling on MRC. Kilonzo outlaws extra tuition for primary and secondary schools. IEBC challenges critics over voter registration kits tendering process. And Kenyans warned against tainting image of IEBC. Good evening, I'm Victoria Rubadiri. Attorney General Githu Muigai says he will be appealing against a Mombasa High Court ruling lifting a ban on the Mombasa Republican Council. In a statement sent to newsrooms, Muigai explained that any group challenging constitutional and territorial authority of government cannot be protected by the Constitution. He said the decision of the court in revoking the order imposed by the Internal Security Minister in 2003 had failed to consider the legitimate constitutional concerns of the government. Addressing a news conference at Parliament Buildings, Naivasha MP John Mutudho said it was tantamount to legalizing the activities of the 28 other groups outlawed by the government for their activities. MPs Benson Bai, Victor Manyaka and Ntoitha Mithiaru also said the court decisions did not take into account the greater interest of the public. However, Migori MP John Pesa called on the government to use the opportunity and begin dialogue with the coast-based secessionist group.
I'm not very happy with the ruling itself per se, but these people have a fundamental reason that they had to complain about. And this is what we cannot now just stop that the court has ruled. We stop there. We must address those problems that have existed and find out solutions. How do we bring these people on board so that they can also understand they are Kenyans, they want to live along with the other Kenyans?
Education Minister Mutula Kilonzo has outlawed extra tuition for primary and secondary schools, saying it places undue strain on students. He says anyone who violates the directive will face prosecution. Mutula says the curriculum should be covered within the statutory teaching hours without forcing students to undertake additional tuition. Addressing officials of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization on education reforms, the minister says that teachers should let children have the time to relax and play. Mutula has also assured parents that the government would soon employ and pay teachers charged with teaching nursery pupils.
Nipigieni makofi tena waambie hawa. Be modern like Mutula.
A commissioner of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is asking those with information on impropriety on the biometric voter registration tender to report it to the police or the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Commissioner Muthoni Wangai says that the tender has attracted so much interest from both politicians and businessmen and was likely to get negative publicity from those who lose out. She insists that the tender has not been awarded and that the shortlisted companies should wait for the final result. Commissioner Wangai spoke after 4G Identity Solutions, who were the lowest bidders in the BVR tender, claimed that their bid was rejected after they failed to part with 30 million shillings demanded by officials of the Foreign Affairs Ministry. She says that those with information on corruption should also give it to the Commission so that such information informs part of the due diligence report. And finally, the Constitutional Affairs Minister Eugene Wamalwa has warned Kenyans against tainting the image of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. He says though IEBC has experienced challenges with the tendering of the biometric voter registration equipment, it is still a credible institution mandated to oversee elections in the country. He is asking Kenyans to be supportive of its work to ensure elections are held freely and fairly. Meanwhile, Wamalwa maintains the date for the next election remains March 2013. Wamalwa says Kenyans should ignore what he described as rumors that there was a plot to move the election to August 2013. Recent reports suggested that there was a scheme by a section of lawmakers to introduce amendments to the law to change the election date.
I want to assure Kenyans that whatever they're hearing are just rumors about elections being held in August or on any other date. The official date remains 4th of March. That will be for the general election. In the event we do not have a clear winner, we also want to make it clear that the runoff will be held 1 month after that. meaning it will be on 3rd of April. So these are the official dates I want Kenyans to work with and to ignore any other rumors about any other date different from that.
And that does it for our top stories of the day. Thank you for joining us. I am Victoria Rubidiri.